some may say, a feminist may say to you, Rollo, you're just insecure, you're afraid that we as women are starting to take your jobs away and we're making the market more competitive. Why are you so insecure and afraid of us?
Okay, what I would say is that's an emotional argument and I'm making a rational argument. It's the same thing. It's a conversation killer. Who hurt you? That kills the conversation right there. If I go and I make all of these very cogent, very rational, valid arguments, or I show you the statistics and say, these are just these are the stats, these are the dots that I'm connecting. And if your response is, who hurt you? Or you must be very bitter. What was her name? Or mommy didn't love you. That's an emotional response. So it's the same thing. It's like, well, you're just an insecure man because you're bringing this up. No, I am giving you objective reality, and you have no counter argument for
these women that you're saying you're speaking to, that approach you and have these conversations, that are doing well in life, successful, they're literally saying, "What do I have to do? Dumb it down." You've used that. Play stupid. You've used that terminology a few times. What does that actually look like? They're not going to just start being a ditz. No. What does that actually look like? Dumbing it down.
We're going to find out is what we're going to do. Right now, if you look at marriage rates, they're at the lowest they have ever been in the United States, anyways. Than when they started recording this. It's like I believe it's up to 6.1% per thousand right now. I believe it's 6.1, but it's at the lowest rate.
What do you mean 6.1% of what?
6.1 per 1,000, I believe, of the population. It is.
What does that mean?
Statistically speaking, it's the marriage rate in the United States is lower than it has
but
ever
what's
been.
6.1 per 1,000?
I got it off of the
numbers
stat
of women marriage per 1,000 unmarried women. Here's the older. So can you pull this up, because I'm actually really curious on what that means. I do know fewer people are getting married.
It's at the lowest rate right
absolutely.
now.
I mean, I got one chart here that says marriage more than a century of change. If you go back to 50s, 90.2% of folks were getting married. Today it's 31.1%.
Yes.
Okay. The U.S. marriage rate, the number of women's marriages per 1,000 unmarried women, 15 years and older, is the lowest it's been in over a century at 31.1. That is roughly 31 marriages per 1,000 unmarried women. The marriage rate was the highest in 1920 at 92.3. Since 1970, the marriage rate has declined almost 60%. Why is that happening?
I would say it's because we have a different understanding of how men and women should interact with each other. We have taken away anything that men might provide to women because they're strong and independent women, right? That side of hypergamy where it's the 3 Ps, parental investment, protection, and provisioning, women can do that themselves. And when we have a social order that makes men like Homer Simpson, or we turn them into incompetent men, or we say, we can just simply look at the stats, like 40% of guys are going to college right now. There's this new, I forget what the guy's name, John Berger, I think he coined this phrase called the golden penis syndrome, right? It's like these guys who are on top of their game. They're the alpha, the quote unquote alpha males that all women want to get with. Well, they don't need a man to provide security for themselves anymore, and they don't trust a man to provide that security in the first place because their whole concept of masculinity is ridiculous or it's abusive. Those are really the two, or incompetent. Those are the 3 choices that women have.
So if you enjoyed this little short segment from the podcast that we did, here's another short segment to watch. Or if you want to see the entire podcast, click over here. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.